Hello and welcome. My name is Gene, and today we're going to move ourselves through a bit of a standing sequence of shapes, primarily utilizing some mobility in the body and using our blocks to assist with that realization. So, we'll start off just making our way to the top of the mat, intentionally stepping forward to what you know as your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Hands can be against the sides of the body, palms face forward, or gathered at heart center. Take that moment just to ease into your shape of choice, breathing in through the nose, and breathing out through the nose or mouth. Take another inhale, maybe a couple of seconds longer. And then when you've held the breath in enough, exhale also a couple of seconds longer. Good job. One more mindful inhale. Same thing, just a little bit longer than the last breath you took. And just noticing how in that deep sigh of an exhale you take, the body begins to anchor itself to a place, to your place. And it's in that anchoring that if you have an intention, a thought, some idea that you wish to frame your practice's lens today, allow that perspective to root into your being. Mobility-centric practices like these are great for really tuning into what your body is wanting to do versus what your ego might ask of you to do. Every time you meet your mat is an opportunity to address the ego of the self, softening it enough to allow your authentic self to shine through. When you feel like you have anchored yourself enough, we'll start off just by making a couple of circles in the neck. So inhale, right ear is on your right shoulder. And then exhale, rolling the neck. The chin moves past your collar until you inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Just to exhale, release the neck behind if that feels good. Offer yourself 2 or 3 more circles to the right, moving at the pace of your breath. And all the while, just listening to the conversations that your neck, your nerves, your brain are all having together. Nice work. Coming back to center, doing 2 or 3 more to the left now. Maybe those circles are a little fast because that's still where your breath is, and that's totally fine. Nice work. Returning to your center, we'll add in just a couple of shoulder circles before moving through some salutation work. So breathing in, shoulders are going to move forward and then up, crinkling against the ears. Just to exhale, hands release to the sides as the shoulders roll down and back. Inhale forward and up again. And then really pressing the shoulder blades together behind you, exhale back and down. One more for good measure, breathe in. And then 3 more in the opposite direction. Inhale, your shoulders are now again rolling back and up now against the ears. And then forward and down as you exhale. 2 more circles for you. Come back to your intention on this last shoulder circle. Nice work. And then threading our salutations right into it. Inhale, arms reach up to the sun. On the exhale, hands release as you hinge forward, heart to legs in a forward fold. Inhale, raising the spine halfway, neck and tailbone connected. And then just a half salutation to start. Exhale, return to your fold, hands dangle to the ground. Breathe in to bend the knees, roll the arms up, reach the spine and all of the body to the sun. And then exhale, peeling down from the forearms, just coming back to your heart center. We'll do 1 more half salutation and then a sun salutation. So breathing in, arms reach up again. And then really feeling that range in the arms, shoulders reaching to the sides, hinging down. Inhale, raise the body up halfway. And then from your flat back, exhale, knees bend just a little bit, heart to the legs in a fold. 1 more time, breathing in, bend the knees, reach the arms up, roll the spine up. And then exhale, pull down from the forearms once more, arriving in your sacred space. Great work. Now adding your sun salutation A. Inhale, arms reach up again. And then exhale, hinge forward, trusting that free fall feeling in your heart, Uttanasana. Inhale, spine ascends halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And now exhale, bend the knees, take the hands to the ground, step, hop, or float your feet back, elbows bent to ribs, abs engaged. From the ground, inhale, peel the chest up. For your back compression of choice, cobra or upward dog. And then curling your toes on the mat, palms on the ground. Exhale, raise your hips up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Feeling the stretch all through your fingertips, palms on the mat, heels reaching down to the ground. Take another 2 more breaths here. Good. Now breathing in, looking up where the thumbs meet, that blank space. And then exhale, come up to your tiptoes, walk flat-footed, or take a tabletop. Feet meet hands, Uttanasana. Inhale, now the spine raises up halfway, semblance of a flat back. And then on the exhale, heart softens, knees soften, Uttanasana. 1 more inhale, the knees bend deep. Roll the spine up, reach the arms up to the sun. And then exhale, gathering all of those lessons from your namaskar to your heart. Nice job. Great time to shake the body out a little. Drink some water as you need. So mainly getting a little bit of heat, as we're just going to need some of that breath to movement awareness moving into a couple of other shapes. For now though, after you've taken a moment to swig some water down, come back to your mountain pose, your Tadasana, all in your time. Take 4 breaths here. Just really feeling the shoulder space, how your heart's feeling. The arms, all the way to your fingertips. Nice. 1 more breath here. Come back to your intention today. What is that focus? What is that tuning into your body that you're asking of yourself today? For on the inhale, you're just gonna bend the knees, reach the arms up to the sun, and then grabbing your left arm with your right hand, exhale, leaning palm as you pull your left arm gently to the right side. Just taking 3 breaths here, opening up the left pectoral muscle a little bit. Nice work. Breathing in, press into your left foot back to center, switch the grips. Now, left hand grabs just above the right wrist. And exhale, leaning palm, pulling your right arm gently to the left. Getting that tricep opener, getting that right pectoral muscle opener. Breathe. Left ear rests on left bicep for just another breath here. All right, and then breathing in, press into your right foot just to teeter back to center. On the exhale, everything releases, hinging forward into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, another flat back. And this time as you take a forward fold on your exhale, grab a block in your right hand. Just to inhale, bend the knees, both hands on the block. As you reach the block up to the sky. And then exhale, stepping back with your left foot 45 degrees from your mat. Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Now how you grab the block is entirely your choice. You can have one hand on it. You can use both hands. You can have your fingertips against the block as you bend the elbows out. Again, how you take this shape is entirely your choice. It's just giving you a moment to interact with your prop. Take 2 more breaths. Good job. Now taking an inhale. Arms are lengthened out as you bring your block to about eye level. And then exhale, bringing that block back over your head. Just to inhale, bending your elbows like you're bringing your block toward the back of your neck. And then exhale, extending the arms up, block is just above the top of your head. Doing that movement 3 more times. Inhale, block to eye level. And then keeping that bend in your right knee mindful, much like myself. Exhale, bring that block over your skull. Inhale, elbows bend, almost like you're pointing your elbows to the ceiling, block behind your neck. And then exhale, lengthening the arms up, block over the skull. Nice job. 1 more time, breathe in, block to eye level. And then exhale, arms raising up. Then inhale, block comes to back of skull, elbows winged to the sun. And exhale, extend that block up, above the skull. Nice. Now, pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, straightening your front right leg. And then with your active arms, exhale, hinging forward, taking the block with you, and then setting the block for your left hand inside of the right foot. This is your moment where if you want to slide the block out in front of you instead, feel free. Just waking up that right calf for another 2 breaths. Also welcome to just dangle the arms, almost like you're pulling through your shoulder blades, so that the hands have very little pressure. Nice job. Breathing in, press into your right foot, arms reach back up without the block this time. And then exhale, pressing into your palms. Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Now we're going to go back and grab that block shortly, but this is just an opportunity to focus on your hands. Fingers nice and wide. Take 2 more breaths here. You also want to think about that left crease, that inner crease of the foot being in line with the right heel of your foot. Nice work. Breathing in. Someone is pulling on your front 3 fingers, trying to tip you forward. And then as you exhale, your right hand reaches down to the block, holds it in your right hand while your left hand extends. Utthita Parsvakonasana, that extended side angle. Again, just using the block in hand so that you've got it prepared. We'll take another breath here. And then pressing into your right foot, inhale. Right arm sweeps up to grab the block, take it to the left hand. And then exhale, your left hand's holding the block, still maintaining that semblance of a warrior 2T. Now for your sun warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Inhale, flip that front right palm. And then exhale, sending the right hand over the body. The block in your left hand can either bind behind the back or slide the block down the left leg. The block becomes an extension of your arm, so it's just about maintaining that sense of awareness. Where is your left arm in space? 2 more breaths. Nice work. Take another inhale, timber back to warrior 2. And then exhale as you cartwheel the arms toward the ground. Right leg slides back. Keep the block in front of your mat. Just an element to do another vinyasa flow for yourself. Breathe in, chest peels up. And then toes on the mat. Exhale, raise the hips up. Downward facing dog. Always welcome to drop to the knees. Take a child's pose for a few breaths. And again, option to drink some water should you have need. So that's the heart of your practice today. How are your arms feeling? How's your chest and shoulder space feeling? How are your triceps feeling? Especially that breath to movement moment, bending the blocks behind the head a couple times, can really get some fire going in the undersides of the arms. So we'll just make our way to our feet to take those same shapes from the left side. Breathing in. If you're in child's pose, walk the hands back toward the body. And then either in tabletop or exhale, feet curl, hips rise, downward dog. Inhale, look up at the thumbs again. And then exhale, step, hop, or float your feet forward to an Uttanasana. Inhale, raise the body up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice job. And then exhale, knees bend, just like before, grabbing the block, placing it in the hands. Inhale to bend the knees, roll the spine up, send that block up high. And then left foot stays in place as you exhale, right foot steps back 45 degrees with better balance than me. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Use this first period of time in Warrior just to make sure your feet are stable. They will be your anchors, while your arms and upper body are doing your chosen movements. Nice job. Take another breath here. And then with your active arms nice and long, inhale, block comes to your eye level once more. Just exhale, reaching the arms up and over on top of the skull. Inhale, elbows bend, block toward the back of your head. And then exhale, extend the arms up, block above the skull again. Taking another 2 more of those cycles. Inhale, block eye level once more, arms are long. And then keeping that bend in your left knee, exhale, extend the block and arms overhead. Inhale, elbows bend like you're pressing the block into the palms. And then exhale, reach the block up once more to the sky. Great job. Last time, breathing in. And then breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. Now, Parasvatanasana, pyramid pose. Inhale, straightening your front left leg. And then exhale, hinging forward with your active arms and abdomen. Set the block briefly down to the mat. Again, this is mostly a rebound for the arms. So feel free to let them dangle. Palms can be on the ground, your leg. Maybe you bring that block still, or use both of them to help you with your Parasvatanasana shape. Take another 2 breaths here. Good work. Now breathing in, blocks stay on the ground briefly as you come back up, warrior 1. And then turning your back foot parallel to the back of your mat. Bending into that left knee, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Now as my body is facing the screen on this side, you might have better glimpses on how some of these shapes look. But again, it's all about just trusting your body in the space. Tuning in to the way the body feels most comfortable moving. It's why it's how postures feel in the body will give you more information than how a person might look as they're moving through the shapes. Remembering your body is different from mine, and we all have our own intrinsic kinetic language. Few more breaths here. And then big inhale through the nose. On the exhale, someone's pulling on those front 3 fingers of the left hand. When you don't want to teeter anymore forward, gather your block in your left hand. Right arm sweeps up, making that diagonal line. Utthita Parasvatanasana, extended side angle. Think about where you've got your eyes focused on, your drishti, your point of gaze. Think about how the feet feel planted on the mat, taking another inhale here. And then one more exhale. Good work. Breathing in, body teeters back. Briefly switching the block to the right hand for a warrior 2. And then inhale, flipping that front left palm for sun warrior. Just to exhale. Crescent arc or alley-oop the left arm over the body. Block goes down the right leg, or you take the block into a bind behind the back. Nice job. Last 2 breaths here. Last little bit of your practice. You're just about at that resting point. And then breathing in as you come back to your warrior 2. Just to exhale, cartwheel the arms to the ground, leave the block on the ground. Left leg steps back for one last vinyasa flow. And as ever, downward dog is great. Take a child's pose too if that feels good. Just a nice time to begin cooling down the body. Think about what you moved through, what felt good in the arms, what didn't feel quite so good, how the shoulders feel. Even noticing your own range of motion. Did your body feel what you knew it to do, or did it surprise you in certain ways? We'll just offer another 2 breaths wherever you might find yourself. So you've got a couple of approaches you can take for your final posture this practice. Because we spent a good bit of time in your warrior poses today, maybe you want to soothe your pelvic plate, the front of the hip space. So, for that option, you're welcome to slide the body forward, resting your pelvis on the ground. Legs are long, making a pillow for your chin, or resting a side of the face on your arms. Again, that is one way you can take your Savasana. Option 2, you're welcome to take a blanket with you, roll the blanket out, unfold it just to roll it up halfway, and then legs are long as you lay back and rest your shoulder blades on that rolled up part of your blanket, taking a supported fish. Now, if you would like to also add a little bit for your hips here, you can take your blocks with you again, and then offer a reclining butterfly with the blocks under the knees, just to really be supported in this last shape. But however you wish to be, take just another moment or two, moving the body to your place. Again, it mostly depends on what places in the body you feel were a little stressed, a little extra engaged today. Maybe the shoulder stuff felt nice and you really just want some space for your hips to relax. Or maybe you felt a little stiffness in the arms and triceps and shoulders as you moved through those breath to movement sequences. Wherever you choose, allow that choice to be intentional for your space, remembering your breath, honoring your heartbeat, celebrating the tuning of your body that you gave yourself this practice, and leaning into the lessons that your tensions might have taught you today. Any stiffness, any uncertainties. What did they teach you about your practice and your body today? So it's here that we'll offer a few moments of rest. Enjoy your Savasana, and thank you for everything that you do on and off of your mat. I'll call you back to the here and now in a short time. has come to begin gradually guiding yourself back to this plane. From whichever form you've chosen to reside in, observe the feeling of air moving through the nostrils during your inhalation. Enough air, enough life to reside in the body until you're ready to expel the air with an exhale through the nose, or a sigh or yawn through the mouth. In time, that intentional release will allow you some awareness in the fingertips and toes, wiggling them softly. An awareness that reaches up to the wrists and ankles, circling them gently. And then offering any last bits of movement for your body that you choose to utilize that will honor and strengthen your tether to this corporeal plane. And when you feel like you are anchored back into this place you know, on your mat, in your space, you're welcome to end your practice in that conjured state. Or you're welcome to take your time gathering in a seat, meeting me here. Also, taking one last swig of water just in case, because hydration is always nice to have whenever it's needed. Eventually, you find your way to that last shape. Arms, legs, and eyes seal your time here in a way that serves you. And then coming back to your sankalpa, your heartfelt intention today. Always personal to your experience, whatever you're moving through in your day. But utilizing this time to tune into your body, to notice its range of mobility and what is within its reasonable excess. This is a time for you to dive deep into your body's lessons and heed them, utilize the information, use the information you find as a light moving you forward, informed and always tender with yourself. With that, it has been my humble, happy honor to have shared this space with you today as you shared it with me. Thank you for trusting me to guide you on this mobility-centric journey with your mat today. And may you always live this life in your authentic way, bringing your shine and radiance to this beautiful planet we share. The luminosity in me cherishes, respects, and will always celebrate the luminous, blooming heart in you. Shanti. Namaste. Thank you so much for making some time for yourself today. No matter what part of the day this practice has found you, I hope that it gave you a little more insight to your inner workings and also a chance to utilize a prop that tends to be a part of our practice in a unique way. So until we meet each other on our mats again, enjoy your time, enjoy what life brings your way. Namaste.